We are back here on Girl Talk. Gigi Maxfield's joined us. Little Miss Betsy is here too, and I should. I'm excited. We're talking about finances, women's finances in particular, and one of the things we left and went to commercial, and we were talking about what can I do to be a good consumer? What do you need from Betsy and I when we come in to even begin to talk to you?
You have to come in with your questions. And I know that sounds, what does that mean? But whatever your concerns are, whatever your fears are about money and your life and your future, whatever your goals are, whatever you want to achieve, what is it that you don't understand? Knowledge is power, and that's in any field. So when you come in, have a list of questions. What's concerning you? What is an ETF? Why do I need a mixture of stocks and bonds? And what does that mean?
What is an ETF?
And I just, and what it's interesting the way that you position that, because I'm thinking, I don't know that I would know enough to even come in with questions.
The right questions,
I honestly am not sure about that.
And that's true. A lot of women are, and you don't have to have, there's not a set list of what you need, but oftentimes when someone calls and says, I'd like to come in, we will send an agenda.
Okay.
But we'll also send a list of terminology, just because it helps, just to be able to throw out a few words.
Am I
understand.
bringing you my bank account? Am I bringing you my mortgage?
Well, everyone is different,
Okay,
and some people
that's fair.
are reluctant to present so much personal information, especially financial information, in a first meeting. But we will suggest to start that you bring your statements, if you are currently invested, to bring your most current statement, so at least we can get a sense, if you're not familiar with it, of your risk tolerance. You may say, oh no, I don't like to invest, but we look and you're 80% equities and 20% fixed, and it's like, well,
you're investing.
Do you find that women are more open about their finances?
Yes, actually, I do.
Yeah, because I would have...
Because women talk.
Right.
We talk.
Well, I would think women would be more open about their finances with other women.
With other women. You're absolutely right.
Oh, brilliant.
Not
yes.
necessarily
Absolutely
if I
right.
was meeting with a male,
Well,
no
that's
offense, male.
No, but that's
financial
true
manager,
because,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
because we're developing a relationship now.
Yep.
Right.
And so we're going
And
to...
that's it. And through that relationship, we're building the trust. And I'm sharing with you, I was an arts administration major and worked in auction houses for a good part of my life. And finance was not at the top of my list. It wasn't until I was married, divorced, lived overseas, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm getting older, and what's ahead for me? And that's how I ended up in finance, because I thought, if this is me and I have these questions, well, what do other women think?
Is it always changing and evolving, so you can't really get complacent? That's why I would assume having a professional to keep up with things.
Yeah, like how often do you, if I'm your client, how often do we kind of revisit what my portfolio looks like?
Ooh, is that a word, portfolio?
An important one.
Do I have a portfolio? Do we all have a portfolio?
We do in some sense.
Okay.
It may not be managed, but if you're investing in various firms, you do have a portfolio.
Okay.
It might be a hodgepodge and it's not all working together
Got
as
it.
one, but you do have a portfolio. But we like to meet with our clients a minimum of 4 times a year.
Oh, do you really? Okay.
So we meet quarterly, because that 3-month period gives us an opportunity to see what's happening, the changes that we put into effect the last quarter, how are they moving forward, the equities or the holdings that we put on probation because we weren't quite liking how they were performing. Are they coming off, or are they going on? So we have a constant dialogue, but we're also on the telephone.
Okay.
And now, not so much social media, but at least email. We're communicating constantly with clients. Telephone, emails, watching this stock. You mentioned you had an interest in it. What are you thinking? It's looking good. Nice time to buy. It's a conversation.
Are you sharing with folks how you're arriving at the decision-making process? In other words, here is how, whatever it is, here's what we're doing, here's what we're looking for. What do you want something that's high risk, low risk?
It's based on you. When you come in and meet with us and you have your list of questions, and we figure out what your risk tolerance is, that's how we formulate what is going to be best for you. We work together, and that's why I say it's a collaborative partnership where we're working together. What are your goals? Are you single? Are you going into, is your husband ill? Are you concerned about losing your Social Security and only having his?
Okay.
Do I have to take from my investments now? Everybody has a completely different package, and we don't know. So we tailor it. We don't use models. We have to tailor a portfolio specific to Debbie, specific to Betsy.
Okay.
I mean, that's what we do.
And does it shift over time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Constantly.
And on occasion, as women, we might be a little tiny bit dramatic or panic or something. So if we do have one of those moments, we kind of talk us off the ledge and say, just don't panic. This is what's happening in the market, or this is what's going on, and it's all going to be okay.
That's funny because I walked in
Yeah.
and I walked in today and I'm listening to NPR and I'm seeing that the economy is kind of doing this, and when you go through 2008, what can we expect?
Right.
None of us have a crystal ball,
No.
Right.
but I would think that there would be some strategies in place.
Yes. It's your asset allocation. So when we set up your portfolio, we decide what assets are going where, you are balanced.
Okay.
So that if your technology fund isn't doing so great, well, utilities are solid.
Okay.
You've got bonds to compensate for the variable portion of your portfolio. So it really just depends. You're not 100% equities, and if the market tanks, oh, well, we're sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah,
Right,
great.
right.
It'll come back up. And we know it does. It has its ups and downs. But you are balanced in such a way that one side of the portfolio will make up for the dips in the other.
I would love the next time we talk to even kind of go specific, what is a portfolio? What is a
Fantastic.
bond? What is a this? What, do I need to invest for my retirement? What does that
Absolutely.
look like? I think that would be kind of fun. You
be
got to
great.
come for that one,
Yeah,
right?
I do.
That would be
I
great.
do.
Thank
That'd be
you.
wonderful. Thank
I feel invested in this conversation because I
Right.
think, like you said,
Fantastic.
it's great to learn and demystify all of this stuff. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank all of you for joining us here on Girl Talk. Please have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.